Life can throw curveballs, rising prices, pandemics, or sudden layoffs, and through no fault of their own, people still need to pay rent, buy groceries, and keep a roof overhead. That's why Representative John Larson is pushing hard to strengthen Social Security with his Social Security 2100 Act. His plan boosts benefits by 2% for all recipients, up to 5% for some, and switches the COLA formula for a bigger yearly increase. Meanwhile, Senator Bernie Sanders has a proposal to raise payments by $2,400 annually, or $200 monthly, for everyone on Social Security. So why haven't these ideas gotten a vote in Congress yet? And what's this new bill about keeping Social Security offices open? Let's unpack it all. Stick around, because there's a lot brewing with Social Security right now. Larson's Social Security 2100 Act isn't just talk, it's a full-on upgrade with 12 key improvements. Picture a 2% raise across the board hitting every Social Security check, retirees, widows, kids of deceased workers, everyone. Then, for lower-income folks, it jumps as high as 5%, putting extra cash where it's needed most. The big kicker? He wants to ditch the current COLA measure, the CPIW, which tracks worker costs, and switch to the CPIE, tailored to what seniors actually spend on, like healthcare and housing. That could mean a heftier bump each year, way beyond the 2.5% we saw recently. Sanders' plan, on the other hand, keeps it simple: $200 more a month, $2,400 a year, no exceptions. Both are bold moves to make Social Security a stronger lifeline, but they're stuck in limbo. Congress won't even vote on them. Why's that? Good question. Let's dig in. Imagine millions of Americans counting on Social Security, 70 million, to be exact, scraping by as prices soar. Larson's been out there, waving stats at lawmakers. Each district has about 145,000 people relying on it, with $200 million flowing in monthly. That's not chump change, it's the glue holding communities together. He calls it the safety net for capitalism, a genius move by Franklin Roosevelt to catch folks when jobs vanish. Think inflation spikes, health crises, or storms wrecking livelihoods. For 40% of recipients, it's their only income, no side hustles, no billionaire buddies bailing them out. So why the holdup on voting? Probably because lawmakers are nervous. Say yes to these boosts, and they've got to find the cash. Larson eyes taxing high earners over $400,000. Sanders wants millionaires past $250,000 to pay up. Say no, and voters might kick them to the curb. What do you think? Should Congress just bite the bullet and vote already? Are they dodging it to save their own skins? Now, let's rewind to Larson making his case. He's got these cards he hands out to every member of Congress, Republicans, Democrats, even the big shots like House Speaker Mike Johnson. Each card spells out how many constituents lean on Social Security and how much money it pumps into their turf. He's relentless. Every time he hits the House floor, he's tossing those numbers at whoever's in charge, usually a Republican since they run the show. 145,000 people per district, $200 million a month, he says, hammering home why this matters. In a time when groceries cost an arm and a leg and the gap between rich and poor keeps widening, he argues Social Security's the rock keeping folks steady. Without it, where do they turn? It's not Elon Musk or Donald Trump losing sleep over their rent. Larson's blunt about that. He's pushing for we the people, not we the billionaires. Ever wonder what your rep's card says? How many in your town need this program? But here's where it gets dicey. Larson's got a bone to pick with Musk and Trump's crew. Musk's been on TV, Fox Business, chatting with Larry Kudlow, calling entitlements like Social Security a Ponzi scheme and a scam, hinting at slashing $500 to $700 billion from programs like it, Medicare, and Medicaid. Trump swears he won't touch Social Security, just the waste, fraud, and abuse, he says. Larson's not convinced. He points out defense, Medicare/Medicaid, and Social Security eat up 70% of the federal budget. Musk's tasked with finding $2 trillion in cuts. Funny how that matches Trump's 2017 tax cut, right? And guess what's got a $2.7 trillion trust fund sitting there, built by workers' payroll taxes? Social Security. Larson's sounding the alarm. follow the money, because this could be a backdoor grab at your benefits. What's your take? Are Musk and Trump playing straight, or is this a sneaky raid on the trust fund? Should we demand they explain it under oath? Let's shift gears to a fresh twist. On March 11, 2025, just 12 days ago as of today, March 23, 2025, a new bill popped up, the Keeping Our Field Offices Open Act. Why? Social Security offices are on the chopping block, closures are piling up, phone wait times are stretching into hours, and folks depending on these checks are left hanging when something goes wrong. Take Rockford's office, its lease costs $36,000 a year, and closing it would save $61,000, says the Doge Savings Dashboard. Sounds like a no-brainer for budget hawks, but hold on, people are fired up, calling it a betrayal of seniors, disabled folks, and families who need face-to-face help. This bill slaps a freeze on closures until January 21, 2029, over 3 years, to keep those doors open. But here's the rub, are people even using them? Or are they all online or on the phone? Have you hit up an office lately, maybe to fix a payment snafu, or are you stuck in phone purgatory instead? Tell me, keep M open or let M go. Larson's not new to this fight, he's behind this bill too, tying it to his bigger 2100 Act vision. That plan's packed with goodies, the 2% boost, 5% for some, a CPIE COLA that tracks real senior costs, plus better payouts for low-income retirees, widows, kids, and more, a dozen upgrades total. Sanders keeps it lean, $200 more a month, every month, no exceptions. Both want Social Security to thrive, but Congress is dragging its feet. Funding's the sticking point, Larson's high earner tax and Sanders' millionaire levy scare off the no new taxes crowd. Republicans balk, some Dems waver, and no vote happens. Ever wonder what's stopping your rep from picking a side? Are they scared of the price tag or the voters? Zooming out, Social Security's a beast, 70 million strong, a lifeline for towns nationwide. Larson paints it as Roosevelt's genius, a cushion for risk-takers and dreamers, catching them when luck runs dry. Inflation's brutal, disasters strike, jobs vanish, folks still need to eat. He's blunt, billionaires won't save you, but Social Security will. Musk's /entitlements talk clashes with Trump's "we won't touch it" line. Larson calls it a conundrum, maybe a con. That $2.7 trillion trust fund's a tempting target, especially with Musk hunting $2 trillion in cuts. What if they're bluffing about waste and aiming straight for your benefits? Should we be marching on Washington to get answers? Back to those offices, closures aren't just numbers, they hit real people. Rockford's $61,000 savings might mean grandma's driving hours for help or stuck on hold, praying the line doesn't drop. The Keeping Our Field Offices Open Act says not on wide moratorium until 2029, buys time to figure this out. But are these offices relics? Phone lines are jammed, sure, but are folks still walking in? Have you been to one, or know someone who has? Was it a lifeline or a ghost town? Share your stories, are these worth saving, or should we pivot to better tech? Dream with me for a sec. Larson's 2100 Act passes, 2% more, 5% for some, a COLA that keeps up. Sanders' $2,400 hits your account, $200 extra monthly. Offices stay open, no closures, just help when you need it. Nice, right? But it's on us, call your reps, demand votes, push Musk to testify. What's one step you take to make this real? Tell me, I want ideas flowing. Sanders and Larson echo leaders like Mexico's Claudia Sheinbaum and AMLO, fighting for the little guy, building on fairness. Claudia's pushing AMLO's legacy, lifting seniors and communities, same vibe here. What would you tell them, thanks or step it up? Let's chat below, that's the scoop, Social Security's at a crossroads. Larson and Sanders want it stronger, offices are dangling, and big cuts loom. What's your move? Pressure Congress, save the offices, or something else? Hit me with your thoughts, I'm here for it. Catch you next time with more updates, stay sharp.